I'm a little bit tired today. Well, actually, not a little bit, but it's more like a lot, actually. Perfection? As in, like, your day's perfect? Or I'm liking these later streams? Yeah. I don't... I don't really know, like, what the stream time is anymore. But, I sandwich. Hope you're doing well. It's been, like, waking up not fully rested in the morning, so I kind of don't feel like streaming nowadays. Also, I mentioned like the morning is the most productive time for me, so instead of streaming, I've just been working on like other stuff. And yeah. Hi Ocean, thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing alright. Glad to hear. That must be why people go to work when they wake up. Well, I think they go to work when they wake up because that's like when the day starts, you know? Like in the morning. I'm kind of exhausted today. It's been so hot. Like in my room specifically. The rest of the house is cool, but my room is not cool. So like it's like a fucking sauna in my rooms for some reason. Unless I leave the door open like 24/7. Open the window? It doesn't really help. I wish it did, but... Also, it gets like really loud outside my house, so... Even if it did help, I couldn't keep it open like right now. 3 fans? I don't even know if I have enough outlets in my room to plug in 3 fans. Also, I think if I did, like, my power might go out. Like, what do they call it again when you have too many electrical devices running at the same time and then your power just goes out because of it? There's like a term for it, I think, but I don't remember. What is wrong with your house? No, it's like a normal thing. It's like a normal thing. Like especially when it's hot, because then you're like overloading your whatever, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Let me see. Actually, let me look it up. I can't find it. Oh yeah, power surge. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the term. Also, my parents are just gonna keep complaining about the electricity bill being super high. So there's that part too, but anyways, hope everybody else is doing well. I haven't really streamed the past few days. Well, I haven't really been streaming too much recently in general, which I kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit. Well, I mean, this has been pretty normal. Like, I don't think it's been this infrequent for a while, to be fair, but it's been sort of normal for like a while. Not for like any particular bad reason though. It's mostly just like for like the next few months I'm gonna be pretty busy doing like IRL stuff that I have to do, which is which I think is a good thing in terms of like what I have to work on and help out with, but also in general, like I think I've been doing like a lot more go talk to people, bro. Okay, what do you mean by that? You implying that I shut myself in and never talk to anybody? Is that what you're trying to say? Well, hi Bobo, how are you? Hope you're doing good. You've been so cooped up in your room? Well, I go out. Well, okay, part of the reason why I haven't streamed too much, like, consistently, especially, is because I've been, like, busier on the weekends, like, going out, like, with friends or talking to people or hanging out with family. And then when I'm home indoors, I'm probably, like... So, hey, if anything, I've been streaming less because I've been going outside. Like, last week, I couldn't stream, like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I was just out the whole weekend, sort of, with people and doing stuff. Oh yeah, I completed the okay. Low-key, I just did I finished the moon quest off stream. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was a little bit boring until you got to like near the end, and then it was kind of cinema. I 100%ed this area, which didn't take too long, but I'm probably gonna work on this part a little bit today. And then maybe I'll play a different game later. Yeah. The smoke was pissing me off. Oh yeah, isn't it still going? The whole thing with the smoke. Are we ever gonna have a summer where we don't have to worry about fucking wildfires and shit or what? Just a smidge now? Yeah, it doesn't seem as bad, but I've heard it's still going on though. But yeah, okay, what was I saying anyways before I like sidetracked a little bit? I think I want to focus more on YouTube stuff, is what I came to the realization after I reflected a little bit on in terms of like how much I enjoy doing things, like in terms of making content, quote unquote. Which is why I haven't really streamed as much, because I do technically have like a really big backlog of stuff I'm working on, like Paper Lily video one day, TM, soon TM. As an example, but yeah. Visibility was like half a mile for like 2 days. Yeah. Hopefully things get better soon. But essentially what I want to do is... like, okay, I have no problem with just coming on stream and like hanging out and chilling with you guys. But realistically, doing that like... like every day is just not something that I find particularly interesting. No, okay, not interesting. Like there's I don't know how to phrase it, man, without sounding like I fucking hate you guys because I don't. But I feel like I'm sitting on my ass too much when I do that. Just sit. No, I don't. I don't. I don't. Trust me. I would have quit already if I hated you guys. But I feel like I'm not making the best use of my time, and realistically, especially as someone who streams like faceless without, you know, a VTuber model, stuff like that. It is, I don't think, the best use of my time to just come on and stream all the time. And also, like, I've been editing a lot the past few days, and I really enjoy, like, when things click together and, like, I make something that I'm satisfied with. And I really enjoy that feeling, so I think I want to pursue that more. I mean, you pretty much just do Genshin on stream, because I can't really play anything else that's, like, without being able to read you guys. Like, read chat and stuff like that. I mean, like, obviously I could just read chat. Like, if I played Overwatch, I could just read chat in between that's or stuff like that. But, like, realistically, the people who tune into my stream do not tune into the stream for gameplay. Like, it's always so funny, because sometimes I do look at my stats in terms of, like, how does, like, my viewership peak and stuff, right? And it's always highest at, like, the beginning when I'm just yapping about stuff. Or, like, the streams where I just, like, perma yap and have, like, things to yap about passionately are, like, statistically what does well for them most. Which I can do with Genshin, because I can just turn my brain off and just do whatever. Or I can talk about Genshin. Like, no one is trying to sit here and watch me. Like, I wouldn't watch myself play Overwatch or, like, Valorant or Apex. Is the point I'm also trying to make. And if I think like that, like why would I do it, right? But what I think I want to do more is, when I do stream, I think one thing I've seen, like, I've been a little tapped into the Ludwig streamer university stuff a little bit, because I did find, like, I knew a lot of the stuff already, but I think there are, like, there are little bits of information that I found interesting in terms of, like, how I applied it, and, like, a different perspective of the same topic, sort of. Yeah, I highly recommend the Ludwig's thing to anybody who's into, like, content creation and stuff like that. But it made me realize that I don't spend enough time, like, making anything on my stream of value. And that sounds, like, harsh, but it's not really. Like, I think the parts I really have fun with are, like, when... the hell? Or, like, when I start the stream with, like, a purpose. You know what I'm saying? like like when I pull for a new character in Genshin or something, and I spend like the stream testing them out and like forming an opinion and stuff like that. Peggle streams, unfortunately, the Peggle streams did not. Peggle is also a good game to just chat and have fun with. I had fun doing that, I will say. But I did make like a little list for myself. Like there will be, I think, a lot of YouTube exclusive stuff that I'll start making. But like a lot of the just chatting and chilling stuff will be like Twitch exclusive and like, stream exclusive, and I won't do anything crazy with it. I think. Are you done with your? No. Like the streaming, the rate at which I stream at now is probably what it will be like for a while. Like probably like 2 to 4 times a week. Probably the same length. Like nothing will really change from how it is right now, but I think it probably won't get more frequent than this. But I think the direction in which I stream at a little bit will probably change in terms of like, I think I'm gonna dedicate a lot more of my streams to like making stuff. Like with purpose, like not just because I want to chill or like what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking. It's not that interesting, to be honest. What the hell is this? Oh my god, is this Snake? Like, for example, I want to play a game with like a purpose, right? Like not just chilling and exploring Genshin for 2 hours straight. That's like fucking boring. And it's not like, essentially the premise of it is like, could I make whatever I'm doing on stream into like a YouTube video, or like would it be a topic that someone would want to actively watch instead of, hey, I'm bored, let me find a stream for me to lurk in, if that makes sense. Should I like bring up the little notepad I made for myself in terms of like what I want to do? Maybe that's a good idea instead of me trying to like articulate words that don't make sense when I say them. Yes? Okay. You're stalling. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Hold on. Because I realized, dude, I get jealous of like other creators in the sense that not that like, not from a numbers perspective or anything, but more from like a, I'm so jealous that they can just create good content like this. Oh my god, wait, I already had this open from a while ago. Me. Yeah, I have to open my own notepad. I'm gonna copy paste it because I can't stream. Okay, I think this shouldn't be anything crazy, but here. This is kind of what I have written out. So like the section up here is just like streaming stuff, like how my streams will be structured in the sense like of like what I would want to do, and everything I have 3 stars on is are things that I think would make good YouTube like long form video content, and then everything I have like 1 star I think was not really good enough in my opinion, or like wouldn't suit me in terms of a like a long form, but I think would make for like good shorts and stuff, if anything. So I think in terms of like Genshin streams, right? I think reacting to Genshin live streams is something that I'm like pretty interested in and like optimizing on, because the last video I made for the trailer react didn't do as poorly as I expected it to. And I think if I sit there and optimize it and actually plan like a structure out with intent to make it into a video, like, I think it could actually do pretty well. Archon story quests are a little, I don't know. I think I could figure something out though, or like at least it would make good stream content at least, but I'm not sure. Building old characters and like making them playable, I think is really interesting, especially because I see a lot of discussion on it. It's like a lot of work though, so I don't know, but this is like the most interesting idea I've had that I could also do on stream. Um, this is also something I'm really interested in, although this is going to be a little bit weird because I don't really have like the funds to just pull every Genshin character. But I think one thing I realized is that there's not necessarily a market specifically for casual Genshin players, in the sense that like, hey, I don't really care about min-maxing. Like I consume Genshin content, but not in a way where I'm constantly min-maxing, or like I don't enjoy consuming Genshin content that's too complicated for me, right? Like simplified, dumbed down. And this is one thing I want to do where I essentially pull for a character the day of, and then I test it with like a variety of different characters, like free to play options, stuff like that. And then I also test like how they fit into the rest of the game, right? Like, hey, I'm a casual player. Maybe I'm a mobile player. Is this character going to be good for me if I play on mobile? If is the character easy to build? Is this character easy to understand? What's like the gameplay flow like? Like I don't really care about like optimizing rotations, like all like the theory crafting calcs, like all the numbers and stuff like that, because it's something I'm not good at. It's also really information that I don't have access to because I'm not an official partnered creator. So I think this could be interesting because it could be really short to the point and like not waste your time. Um Genshin Artifact rolling and strongboxing, like the shorts do pretty decent. I think it's pretty fun to watch people just gamble in general sometimes. Okay, also for this, I could just like include polls for the character if I do pull for them, like at the end as a little like treat. I don't really like making polls into like a full video because I don't know, I just think it's kind of boring because there's not enough variance. But okay, but this I might need some help on a little bit, because if I don't end up pulling for a character, I might need to borrow somebody's account if they're okay with it for me to test out the character. And like I can probably borrow like a friend's account or something, but I'm not. This one is a little bit iffy for now. And then this will just be like exploration yap. Abyss Theater Stygian, I don't think I'm good enough at the game, nor do I think it's really interesting for me to post anything like this, because while there's like a lot of discussion around these things, a majority of the Genshin player base doesn't really care about content focused on this unless it's super intricate. So I'll still do these things on stream, but it will be super like light and won't be anything crazy. So I'll probably do them off stream sometimes too. You can't borrow mine. Yeah, well, just say you hate me. Guy who doesn't have a Genshin account. And in terms of variety streams, I think the main thing for me in terms of variety, what I want to do is like story games and then like playing through them. The way I'm gonna structure these, it might be a little different though, because I think one thing I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about this yet, because the one like problem I have, which is honestly a good thing, realistically, is that sometimes like people would just talk about random stuff while I'm playing a story game while I'm trying to focus, and like I really obviously appreciate that people like to chat and stuff, but sometimes like clips I want to use for a video become unusable because I have to like respond to someone while I'm playing. So I have to figure out a solution to this. Like maybe I just have to be better at picking and choosing when I respond, because normally when someone says something in chat, I respond sort of instantly. But maybe I just have to get better at not doing that. And then like I'll play Overwatch Apex League still. I still enjoy playing these games occasionally, but it's just not something I like care to do too much on stream specifically, nor do I really play them as much nowadays anyways, so there is that. And then like most of my variety stuff will just stay the same. It won't really be different. But the really only addition to my streams in general will be like there will be more like structured segments to my stream in which I have like a set goal of something I want to do like while I'm streaming, and then it'll be like focused on that, and I'll try not to get sidetracked too much because I actually want to make a video out of it. And I think nowadays, even if I do something like this, I just go into it with like I have a just a vague idea of what I want to do. But I think like for example, if I wanted to do a video for like this on Sandrone, right? Like I would make a concrete plan before I started stream. Like, okay, what is like the order I'm gonna do things in, and like have a concrete plan for like an actual timeline for how the stream is gonna go. And then here, the section down here is like what you can expect from like the different platforms I'll be using. I think all this is still tentative. Like there could be stuff added, removed, stuff like that. But this is just me showing my thought process because I wanted to talk about it because I've been thinking about it for like a while now. Um, like Genshin reactions, like challenges, like what I mentioned earlier, story game jacks, like me playing through variety of story games, like Undertale was one thing like that, Omori was one thing like that. I'll probably play Subnautica, like Deltarune. Until then was like that. Like these are all things I'll be doing on stream, and then they'll be slightly, well, sometimes slightly, sometimes heavily edited, and then put on my YouTube. And then there will be on my YouTube exclusively, not on stream. There will be some exclusive like story game stuff. Like there, like Zato is a game that I don't really want to play on stream because I think it might be a little too like heavy and too focus intensive for me to play on stream. So I'll probably record that off stream and then make it into a video in my own time, and then it'll be the first time you guys see it. There'll be probably some scripted Genshin content too, which won't be too crazy. Like most of the Genshin stuff I'll probably do on stream, and then that, but there will be some like scripted, like off-topic stuff. Like maybe maybe I'll react to a live stream, and then like a few hours later, I'll react to some stuff offline, and then I'll add it to that reaction, and then I'll post it together. Yeah, Archon Quest like reactions, like there are some videos like this on my YouTube already. If you've seen them, this sort of already exists, but I do want to upgrade it a little bit and work on it. And then what's exclusive to Twitch, like the yap segments, like I'm doing now. The more like chill games, like I'll play Minecraft, Power Wash, like I'll still do all of that. And then Apex, Overwatch League, like I said, this is just stream exclusive mostly. Like I don't ever really intend on making Apex, Overwatch League, like maybe even Valorant content ever. I just don't think I would enjoy the audience that comes with it, nor do I really care about the games like that to make content. I just enjoy playing them, not anything beyond that. And then horror games, if people care that much, I would make this into like YouTube videos, but I'm not really sure. It's kind of just whatever. But yeah, that is sort of the plan for now. I do want to just focus more on making stuff that I like and care about instead of just streaming without a purpose, because I think I'm gonna burn out super quick if I do that. Now, whereas like there will be times where I just don't feel like streaming, and then like sometimes I just don't feel like talking to anybody, so then I just won't stream for like a week. And not because I hate anyone, that's just like kind of how I am in real life sometimes. Like sometimes I just go nonverbal for a week and don't talk to anybody. That's just kind of how I am. More horror games are gonna be awesome. Yeah, I just this one I'm not too sure about. I don't really know how people enjoy, especially because I don't stream with a cam, right? So like you can't really see my reaction to it too much. So I'm not too sure about this. I'm not like totally opposed to streaming with a webcam like in the far future, but that's just not something I'm thinking about right now. I think a majority of these things I can do without having to worry about that. So, but yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. But that's kind of it. I gotta go do my Duolingo. Have fun with your. Wait, what language are you learning? Oh my god! I gotta figure out a way to get rid of these bots. There's gotta be an auto mod. 2 of them. Holy. German? Shush. Have fun with your German Duolingo. Or if anyone has anything they want to see or ideas, feel free to let me know about that too. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about stuff. And like I think I've been like kind of hesitant on a while because I know like people tap into the streams and chill and yap. So it feels a little dishonest. Like, some people aren't gonna give a fuck about YouTube. That's low-key fine. But I want to do more. Like I like making things. And low-key after like 2-3 yap streams in a week, like I'm just tapped out for the rest of like I'm non-verbal for the rest of the week. I cannot talk that much and yap about stuff that often. And I think when I start stream sometimes like when I have no clue what to do, it's like I feel like I'm wasting my time. Not in the sense that like the streams don't matter, but more in the sense that like I feel like I should be doing something else. So yeah. It's gonna be a little awkward though because like sometimes like people are gonna come in here while I'm doing something or like while I'm recording something and then like I'm not gonna be able to respond to them or something like that. Because the last thing I want to do is make someone feel like they're left out or not welcome, especially when I'm streaming it. And low-key, okay, not to call anyone out, but I've come to realize that you guys were sort of right about people not being good at, like, chat interactors in terms of streaming. Like, you guys weren't exactly wrong. Like, some people do just suck at that shit. Or one thing in particular that, okay, like, not to, again, call anyone out, but like some people are really not great at being entertaining by themselves. And that's like one thing that I low-key feel like I struggle with too, is like I don't know, sometimes like I'm lost without chat. Just not good, in my opinion. But like I think if you enjoy streaming, you need to be able to enjoy streaming in general and also be able to like do things on your own and like have fun on your own. And the reason I say I might struggle with that sometimes in general is also I think because I don't think I'm great at keeping people engaged for like an extended period of time. Like, I think I can be engaging in like bursts where like sometimes I might be talking about something super interesting, right? But then other times like it's just like, what is the guy yapping about? Like low-key, I feel like that about myself sometimes too, so it's like I don't want anyone to feel like they have to stay ever. So yeah. Like I want the feeling more to be like, I have to sleep, but I want to stay because whatever is happening on stream is super interesting or super fun. And like I want to be here for it, you know what I mean? Oh wait, so you're not paying me? Yeah. Sorry. I hate to break it to you. Should I add Sunyun as an emote? I feel like I've been seeing it so much recently that I kind of have to. Sunyun. Okay, Loki, some of these are kind of ugly though. These are kind of just ugly. Okay, what if I added the HSR one? I like the HSR one. Can I add that one? Can I add this one? Hold on. Be honest. What if I added this one? I really like this one. Thoughts? Add it? Okay. Sun. I have to sign in. Give me a second. Wait. I have to change the prefix. Okay, it's Sun full cap. I don't know why I really like that emote. It's just like, it's so obvious what's happening in it. Sun. Big fan of that one. Anyways. Wait, there's more? I almost crashed into the wall. I love Snake. Low-key, I thought that the Snake integration in this game would be a lot worse than it is. There's like some delay, but it's still smoother than I thought it'd be. How does bro get in? Bang. There's more? Okay, this is an actual Sun moment. This area is currently inaccessible. Hello? How the fuck am I supposed to get in then? You can fire bullets? Bro, this ain't Snake. This is a whole different game. This is a whole different game. I do not remember Snake being able to shoot bullets. Snake, but they gave us Snake a gun. Eek! That reminds me, I gotta add the Eek emote. Oh. Wait, it doesn't even change anything. Oh, that's boring. But it's not even my fault. What I do? Self-diagnostic tool failed. Oh my god, he's real. Snake, but it's real. Yo, you know one thing I realized about this game? Nothing ever like works out the first time you do it. Like, what's up with that? Why is everything always fucking broken? Huh? Like, god damn. Well, it could be an infinitely more boring game, so I mean, I guess there's that too, but... I think we're chilling though. Yeah, how long does this moon area even take to explore? I feel like I've been... I mean, I feel like this place is so big. Definitely not 5 hours. Does that mean this place takes 5 hours, or...? Okay, because I feel like the moon quest plus exploring that side area of the moon took me like an hour, probably. Wait, origin of the sequence. How much? 37? I 100%ed this. 37. Wait, is this the only other area? Oh. Okay, well, maybe that makes it. And clear this area. Yo, okay, also, you know what really pisses me off in this spot is that there's no, you can't use a compass here. Like, I 100%ed it, but I'm pretty sure there's like something I missed. Here, did you watch Ludwig's last class? I really did. I thought it was pretty interesting. The beginning of it is a little like repetitive, I think, but I haven't. Is it good? Honestly, you can like probably cut out like the first. What's the first two? Should I react to the classes? Is that a fire idea or what? The problem is like, okay, issue with me is that I have like no credibility because I don't get off my ass and I'm not a lazy bum. But if, like from my, there is like very limited knowledge I have that I think that I feel like applies, but what's that? Basically, Ludwig, another big content creator, did a class at an event called Streamer University where he talks seriously about content creation and like the various like industry tips that he can give and the advice he can give as a serious content, like a serious and successful content creator, and he backs up with like a lot of statistics, and it's been like kind of popping on social media because he has been taking it super seriously and like actually like been trying to help people. So it's been like all over everyone's feed who's like remotely tapped in with Twitch on social media, because it's like a huge thing. But okay, maybe I should. I've already watched them, but I'm down to like rewatch them and like skip through them a little bit. I was gonna play a new game called Guild Run, but I think I might save that for another stream. Maybe like in the morning sometime instead of playing Genshin, because I kind of explored a lot. Okay, also apparently the banners next time are Odette Arlecchino first phase and then Flynn's Innefa second phase. So Loki, when Odette and Arlecchino's banner comes around, you might watch me blow my load. I might use all my pulls to get C2 Arlecchino, but we'll see. That'll be a little fun thing to do. Agents was also cool, but I'm not gonna run a business anytime soon. Yeah, the only one I really watched was like Ludwig's. But there was like some applicable stuff in other ones, but a lot of other people talked about like managing like a team and like having businesses and managing like people. So okay. Let me bring this up. We can watch it, I guess. And I can offer my very limited insight. And we can like pog out. Wait, there's a big supercut. Days 1 to 4. Wait a minute. Crazy got money like that? I mean, hey, if you're smart, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Just chatting.
All right, y'all. Do you hear my voice clap once? Do you hear my voice clap twice? Sarah, sit the fuck down. Guys, we are now starting. There's 2 people outside. Should I let them in? I'll leave it up to you.
Okay, I'll like skip past the yapping.
It was
To get lucky. I think every streamer has had a moment they can refer to where they got lucky.
Okay, I really wish you said it like this because I think it makes it the most understandable, especially in content creation and a lot of like big moments in life. Being successful is often like people getting lucky, but I think what a lot of like I think saying it like that is super oversimplified. I think the best way I like to phrase it, and the way that I've heard it, is that being successful is a combination of getting lucky and being ready to get lucky. Like being successful is when luck meets like opportunity, or no, when you're prepared to be lucky, basically. Like that one Minecraft stream is just an anomaly. Where you talk about mine? I don't really think I've gotten lucky in my streams per se. Like it was a very like slow. Like I've never had like a big moment. I don't think it was kind of just like a slow burn for me. Where like I did peak at a certain point because I just played a bunch of like Minecraft Terraria and there was a lot of that. But I wouldn't really say that's like me getting lucky. That's just
But it's about capitalizing on that luck. Being prepared for when that luck strikes.
okay. AFK Journey is not me getting lucky, man. I sold out. I sold my soul to play AFK Journey for like an hour. And that was just people being like, what the fuck are you playing on stream? Like,
all right. So here it is.
yeah, I mean, he says it here. It's being prepared for when the luck strikes. So the best thing you can work on always is like just grinding, keeping yourself ready for being lucky. And some people will never get lucky. Like that's just the honest truth of it. But the most you can do is be ready to be lucky when you get the opportunity to.
I had for y'all. Did anyone have a thought on it? Please. Do you need to be? If you believe you'll be successful, you become
Okay,
successful.
this thing is like almost 6 hours, so I'm gonna skip around a little
Yeah.
bit.
I said no, but is the bare minimum to ever being able to begin being able to achieve it.
Say that one more time for me.
Like no.
Mindset of like
Okay, there's like a lot of
go
just
live button, which is in it of
be
itself.
delusional.
an act of
Yeah,
ego,
that's
right?
like
People
obvious. Self intro.
successful are going to fail as streamers. Are where they were.
Most people fail
The
as
orange
streamers.
dot
Like
is what
this
their
is.
viewership is last month. Okay. So these are people who they.
A lot of this is just like streamer use statistics. Okay, there's a little segment he does here where he says write down your goals, and this is not something I did while I was watching, but I thought about it and I was like, what would my goals for, you know, making content be? And like in terms of like what I could achieve in say like by the end of this year, right? Like bro is gonna yell at you to quit. Yeah, I should quit. And that's what he says. If you didn't do the exercise, you should quit streaming because he doesn't think you have the drive necessary to be successful. And low key, I probably agree with that. But okay, what realistically are my goals if I had to make some for like that I would possibly achieve by the end of this year, right? Okay, and in terms of goals, I think whenever you make a goal for yourself, you have to make it numerically achievable. It cannot be like vague, it cannot be like misinterpretable or flexible. I think when you do that, you undermine like your ability to achieve the goal and you aren't actually setting a hard goal for yourself. Like for example, say I want to be healthier, right? Like me making a goal like and this goes for like not even just content creation, like if you set a goal for yourself in general and like New Year's resolutions and stuff is like going to the gym more often is not a goal. Like you have to be like, okay, I want to go to the gym at least 5 times a week from now on, or like 4 times a week, or like 15 times a month at least from now till the end of the year. That is much more straightforward and clear for you to achieve than you being like, I want to be more healthy and I want to exercise more. Because then what's going to happen is you're going to sit at home and you're going to like, I don't know, your back's going to hurt a little bit. And you're like, okay, well, I already went to the gym 3 times this week. So like I'm sort of still achieving my goal. And then you're slowly going to get lazier and lazier. And that's why people stop going to the gym after like January. Because they don't set concrete goals for themselves. And I think I would like to say like, hey, I wish my content was better. Like I wish I had more viewers or stuff like that. Yeah, okay, like you set a framework for yourself, but you need like numerical goals. Like, okay, say I've been like exercising recently. This is a personal example, right? Where I've been incorporating like a plank into my workouts, right? Where I hold a plank for X amount of time. And at first, when I started, I was like really bad, right? So initially, I'd set my goal for I want to plank, just I want to be able to plank for longer, right? But then I realized that was like bad. And I started being like, okay, so now I want to plank for I had like a baseline to work with. So like the first time I could only plank for like my first few workouts, like I could only plank for like a minute, right? Which is kind of sad. And then I was like, okay, maybe every time I try to increase that by like 5 or 10 seconds. And now I think I can on most days get to like almost 3 minutes now. And it feels nice to get like that progress off, but it's like when you slowly work on it, like you need to have an exact number for yourself to achieve so that you actually feel like you're achieving something. in like a long term like way you can see it, right? Yeah, I think like 3 minutes is considered pretty good from what I heard. So that's like kind of my goal where I can like easily do 3 minutes like without struggling too much. I think I still like struggle to get to 3 minutes, but yeah, that shit gets hard. Like once I get to like a minute 30, like I low key feel like quitting, but then like some days I have a little more drive in me than others, and then I can go for longer. And then some days like after 2 minutes, like I gotta call it. It's like it's still hard for me to get past that like 2 minute mark to the 3 minute mark super consistently, but like I'm also working on that with like running too. Like my cardio right now is super fucked. Like I can run a mile in maybe like 15 minutes, which is really, really bad. But I want to cut that down eventually to like 10 minutes and also be able to run for like longer. Like my cardio is bad, bad. But yeah, like every time I just and like in terms of cardio, every time I tried to reduce my mile time by like however much I can. Just reduce it. Even if it's by a second. Because that shit gets hard. As someone who's not very good at cardio. But yeah. Have numerical concrete goals for yourself. W goals.
We can run it on the phone. All right, guys. We're writing down our goals. These are goals that you want to achieve before.
Again, like people will write down their goals.
All right, guys, hold on. That's a good question. Did I take days off?
Oh, okay. He talks about taking days off here and like having vacations for yourself. And that's like true for no matter what you do. Like rest is as important to achieving something as anything else. Do you ever low key needs to rest? No, I do a lot of resting, I think. Like more the problem more so is that I'm always working because I don't have anything for myself where like I feel like I'm able to relax. If that makes sense. Like part of the reason why I'm always tired is probably is the reason that like I'm essentially stressed about like I feel like I have to be doing something because I'm not at a level where I'm happy with myself. And like I know what that is for me, I guess. Like okay, for example, with creating like content or stuff like that, right? Like if I was at a level where I could sustain myself like as a profession, like I'd probably be able to rest. Past 2 days, I think I slept like 4 hours total. Dude, I haven't slept well like at all because I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule, I think. But in general, like it's hard for me to sleep like 8 hours like straight because like after like 5 or 6, like I just wake up and I need to do something. Like I need to be awake and doing something so that I feel like I'm not wasting my time. I was awake at 4 a.m. Yeah, I woke up at a few days ago. I woke up at like 3:30, like 4 a.m. because I went to sleep at like 11. And then I woke up and I just felt like I had to work on something. Like it's hard for me to stay asleep because I constantly feel the need to like work, not in the sense that like I'm forcing myself to, but more so in the sense that like I feel like I haven't achieved what I want to achieve. You know? Like the same thing when I was like grinding ranks in like Valorant or Overwatch or like Apex and stuff like that. Like I would always like find it hard to sleep and like find it really easy to stay asleep because like if I have a goal set for myself, like I want to achieve that goal and I really need to put in the time to do it. But sometimes it's like weird for me because I just get hyper fixated. Yeah, I get really hyper fixated on stuff like that because of my ADHD, which is kind of annoying sometimes. But it's like the times I would say I have the most fun. But yeah, I understand how important sleep is, so I'm trying to work on it where I can like just sleep 8 hours, wake up, fucking grind shit out, get tired by the end of the day, unwind a little bit, and just go to sleep at the same time like every day and like have a routine for myself so I can like min max my life in a way that's healthy, you know? And I think everyone should find a way to do that, especially if you're working like a 9 to 5, because I think when you work a 9 to 5 and you don't, especially if you don't keep a work life balance, it's really easy to burn yourself out and like start hating life because like you don't have like anything for yourself, right? You just work and you live life as it is. Like you need to be able to find things you want to do while also just like working your 9 to 5 and like sustaining yourself. As opposed to like what I'm doing right now is like I'm not just like I'm not sustaining my life at all, and I'm like only working on things I feel like I should have to. So that's like a healthy balance in between.
That when the number's going up, it is really exciting to ride that wave and do as much as you can to keep it going. It's like what you guys are doing currently with Streamer University. I gotta go live every day. Okay.
Okay, this also happened to me when like in like my Minecraft Terraria phase where like I would get like new viewers every day, like I got affiliated, I got like, you know, a bunch of people like in my community like super active, like, and I honestly the reason I used to stream every day back then for like 3-4 hours back in like I don't know, like 2 summers ago was mainly because of this. It's like I felt like I was obligated to go live. So not because like I wanted to continue growing, but in the sense that I didn't want to lose anything. And obviously nowadays I don't feel like that as much, but like I can't imagine what it must feel like, especially if you're like even more at the top and you're like even and you're riding an even higher high. Like there must be so much pressure to like not fuck up, right? Because if you lose that consistency, you're like you miss that wave, like you've kind of just fucked yourself over.
That's fine. I think it's okay for short periods of time to do that, but make it a short period of time. Recognize, hey, I'm catching this wave. I'm gonna take some time for myself after, all right, to catch up on the life that I haven't been leading because I've been so focused on work. It's really easy for streamers to fall in the trap. You know the trope of like the working husband barely knows his wife, barely knows his kids, works every day.
Yeah, if I started getting like average 100 viewers
so many streamers have amazing relationships
every day, like
online,
out of nowhere, like I would probably be live every day.
They have no personality. They give everything
because I would feel like I would have to sustain
and then
that.
they're a husk of themselves. In 10 years, you will not be hearing about them.
And low-key, I'd be stressing. Like I probably wouldn't be able to sleep.
Who's your GOAT? There's another homework assignment. I need you guys to be writing down who your streaming GOATs are. Now,
who are my streaming goats?
All right.
Who are my streaming goats? Tectoblade. Queso. Joe. Dude, I looked at, okay, I didn't really know Joe Bart before Ludwig mentioned him this weekend. But I looked at Joe Bart's like system and his like channel and stuff. That guy is a content machine. Like holy fuck. I looked at his channel. He has like 3 different channels. He has like a React channel, he has a gaming channel, and then he has a clips channel. Dude, and then I looked at his like stream format of like how he does streams. His streams are designed literally to be able to be edited and cut down into like content for his different YouTube channels, and like he just farms money that way. And low key, I respect it. And I think like I mentioned earlier in my stream today is that's like what I want to be more close to, not in the sense that where like my streams feel manufactured, but more so in the sense that like it's more transitionable. Because a lot of the bullshit I do on stream right now is not something I would ever post online. But that's just a philosophy channel. Dude, yeah, I saw that. Wait, do his philosophy videos bang or what? I haven't really watched any. Yeah, but like more planned, right? I think it's more fun to watch something that's planned and that has structure to it, as opposed to, hey guys, I'm starting stream, come hang out. Like And also, if you do that, like, there is no way you will ever grow out of being like at best like a 20 viewer streamer. Like, and okay, Ludwig mentions having 20 viewers is the 1%, is top 1% on Twitch. Like, even then, that's like a very minuscule hobby. And like, if you're fine with, like, there are tons of people who are like fine with that, but okay, if I'm gonna put in all this like work and effort, then I would want to reach it to more people. You know what I mean?
It is important.
Okay, wait, hold on. I've mentioned who my okay. I don't really have streaming goats specifically, but I have like content creator goats, like especially YouTubers. I think. Oh shit. Let me see. Okay, let me pull up 3 channels. The 3 channels that I really like as of now. You guys can learn a little bit more about my interests. My 3 favorite content creators as of now, and more specifically whose videos I look to for inspiration, especially when I make my own content. I would say. Okay, first, I think my favorite, and generally the reason like I am even watching Twitch nowadays, or like the reason I even came to watch Twitch, is probably because of Super, who was an Overwatch pro back in the day and transitioned to streaming after he retired. And I used to watch a lot of Overwatch back then, and then I used to watch him for his Overwatch gameplay, and now I think he's funny and interesting because, and like he also does a lot of variety now too, and he's just like a cool streamer. He does like mostly Overwatch, but like mostly gaming, and he's also just like fun to listen to yap about stuff. And I think the reason I found him was because his editor before he was his editor made videos about him and they popped off, and I saw it and I decided to check out his stream, and then I started watching him more consistently. And that was like the first like Twitch stream I really watched consistently, I think. Because I wanted to get better at Overwatch back when I was like 13. Oh my god, that was like 10 years ago. Oh my god. Um, the next content creator I've watched consistently, I would say, is probably Ziox, who is a Genshin content creator, and you probably hear him mentioned sometimes. He mostly makes like guide stuff, but he also makes like other stuff. I think his streams are fun to watch, especially because they are very like structured. Like when you click on a stream, like you kind of go into it knowing what to expect because it's like in the title, and like his stream formats are like pretty consistent, I would say. Like when you click onto a stream, like you kind of know like he does a bunch of like stalling at the beginning where he like does Wordle, um, Scrandle, like stuff like that, and then he transitions into like whatever's in his stream title that he says he's gonna do. And then he has like a bunch of guide stuff, and then he also does like fun extra content, and then he has another channel where he just like has everything he does. Right? Doesn't he have more artifacts than you? Well, I mean, considering he's a full-time Genshin content creator, like I would think so. And then, okay, those are like based on 2 of my main interests, though. The third content creator I really, really like in terms of like a YouTube standpoint is probably Smallant. I think Smallant videos are like one of is like prime YouTube. Like if I had the ability to make like both content wise and editing wise, like videos on the quality and the level that Smallant does, I would choose to in a heartbeat. Because I think his videos are crazy and super interesting. And like you can tell people really like them. That they all get like a mil, like 2 mil each. And like they're fun to watch, like no matter what he's playing. In the sense that like he's doing fucking Wikipedia speedrun bingo here. He's doing Pokemon here. He's doing Mario here. If you go to his more popular videos, Pokemon, how I became the fastest pencil sharpener. Like I watched someone sharpen pencils for 13 minutes. Pokemon, Mario, Zelda. It's mostly Pokemon, but I mean he started out doing Mario and stuff. It's like these are my goats, and I think there's like so many little things I picked up from watching these videos that like you can always tell like if someone takes inspiration from like their goats. I low-key probably don't show it, but he's autistic. Oh yeah, I heard about that. He is on the spectrum. I do remember that. Yeah. Anyways,
For you to study what you are passionate about, okay? You cannot be a streamer if you do not watch streams. It just doesn't work. You're just not, you don't actually care about the medium. Maybe you.
he's kind of
Is
buff.
that Lacey? Yeah. Write down back there. I think the day off won't kill you.
This is the
I
goals
think,
part.
and Agent, you can back me. Okay. Were those the people who are dressed as the fucking guys? Show of hands. Did anyone here
Quit.
not write something down? Did
This,
anyone
this
here
clip
not
popped
grab
off on
notes?
Twitter.
My genuine advice at this point, and I do not say this with malice in my heart, you should probably quit streaming. I do not think you are cut out for what it takes to be a full-time streamer if you are not willing to put the work in right now to do such simple things as laying out the goals for what you want for yourself.
It's true.
I don't care if you guys are successful. I'm a multi-millionaire. My life is awesome. But if you don't care,
shit.
if you don't care for your own life and your own success, then who can? Who is supposed to? All right? Prove me wrong. I would love to see it in 3 years if you didn't. Huh? Like a platform like TikTok's a lot better at pushing live streams than YouTube. How many hours should you stream a day?
Okay, wait.
More money
He talks about
in that sense, yeah?
You stream a lot on YouTube. What do you think of like YouTube Live's discoverability?
I think we're having
I did not know TikTok streams were that banging. I know, okay, Twitch really has dog shit discoverability unless you have like 10 to 20 viewers already, you will never be discovered unless you get viewers from another platform. That's like one. YouTube is a little better than that in the sense that you can get recommended like streams with very low viewers, but a lot of the time it's just like slop. I did not know. I looked into it a little bit. TikTok pushes live streams like a lot. And there are some creators that will stream to like I know a bunch of creators who stream to like Twitch and YouTube, but a lot of them will choose also TikTok even though they'll never interact with it just because the discoverability on TikTok is so good. I think that's why TikTok has the edge in terms of like shorts and live streams over any other platform, and that's why like Twitch has been trying to add shorts like and the vertical format to their app and stuff like that because it makes discoverability so much better and it's so much more important than people have realized. Which I think is pretty interesting, but
because
I don't think I'll
YouTube gets
ever-
a lot more money from people watching videos than from live.
I don't know if I'll ever live stream on YouTube. Like maybe I will. It's just too much for me. Like I enjoy streaming on Twitch in general and like not really any other platform because low-key I like the emote culture and everything's comfortable but and set up already. I don't ever see myself streaming on TikTok like ever. I don't even know if I'll ever post on TikTok. I did, but the algorithm on TikTok is so much more different and in a format that like of what I've experimented with and what I've learned about it, the TikTok algorithm would have to change the way I edit my shorts/videos in a way that I wouldn't be happy with them. So I don't think I ever see myself posting on TikTok. Like
live stream. So they do not
Maybe
push
one
live
day,
streams.
but
They do occasionally, but not nearly to the extent that somebody like TikTok does, where you get the live stream, you're like, why do they keep fucking pushing me live streams? And then you accidentally click, and then you're in the live stream hell, and then you have to close out. Like a platform like TikTok's my best streams ever.
oh yeah, and then he talks about the content funnel here. Honestly, this was kind of like more of a wake up call to me, where I was like, I don't do any of this shit because, like, I was thinking about it, and okay, he talks about the content funnel.
From one stream, 140K, I got 3.
So he off of one stream gets 3 VODs, like cut up, 3 different videos for his main channel, and then 2 shorts.
Edited videos.
And then
320K, a million, 330K.
he talks about the financials behind it.
I might have made 7K.
And then he made $5,500 from that stream, from stream revenue, from ads and subs and that.
This is how much all that content made.
And then on YouTube, by posting those 6 videos and 2 shorts, he made $24,620. As opposed to, this also takes like not that much effort compared to like a lot of other longer form videos. Like, so you're telling me he streamed for like 4 hours, made, let's say, let's round up and say $6,000, right? That's still pretty good. Like, you probably made like $1,000 an hour. Like, okay, that's cool. But then you post that, you edit it a little bit, you post that onto YouTube, and you make 4 times that. So essentially, you just made $5,000 an hour by going live and then figuring out how to do this. Obviously, this is very min-maxed, and I never understood how YouTubers make that kind of money. Okay, one of the big reasons why Ludwig does make this much money to begin with is because the ad revenue he gets can vary from video to video, but a lot of content he makes is not gaming content. Gaming content traditionally makes a lot less on YouTube than a lot of other videos do. Where does the money come from? I mean, it's all ads. And the thing about Ludwig's content in general is that it's pretty ad friendly, and also I would probably guess that the YouTube VODs make a large portion of this content, the chunk here. Especially if there are people on... From what I've seen, there are a lot of people who click on one of his videos and then go to the VOD instead to watch the full VOD. And if people watch the full VOD, they're getting ads throughout that whole thing. And watching VODs on YouTube makes a shit ton of money. I remember Most Critical making a video on this a long time ago where he streamed himself playing, I don't remember what game, for like 2 to 4 hours or something like that. And he made like, over time, he made like $2 million off that one stream VOD because so many people watched it. Like, do you know how fucking insane that is? Was he playing Destiny? I don't remember. It might have been that. It was like some not very interesting game, in my opinion. And I remember seeing that and being like, holy fuck. And it's like, these aren't even super high production videos. Like, as like you said, there are too many videos to edit in such a short amount of time. So the solution to that is you don't edit them that much, and you just like cut it up, jump cuts, maybe some like editing here and there. Some of the videos that go on the main channel are edited a little heavier, and just like post them, and people will watch them because they are authentic. They don't like require any scripts. It doesn't feel like overly produced or anything, and people just like Ludwig in general as a creator. And obviously he had to put all this work in general, but like this is insane. And I don't think I do enough of this. Like, do I think I am... I don't think I'm super high energy and like funny and spontaneous enough to just be able to like post VODs and pop off. Like, that's just not how I view myself, and I'm totally fine with that. So I would want to like produce higher quality content. So like I would probably never get to this rate. Even if I did have the same numbers Ludwig did, I would probably never get to this rate because I'm a lot more selective and picky with what I want to put online just in general. But like, you have to do some modicum of this in order to be successful, I think. I think people who pop off without YouTube and the other social media platforms are the very big exception to the rule, and does not change the rule at all. Like those people have very special qualities that like only like 0.01% of people in the world have. If they're able to pop off without making like side YouTube content, stuff like that.
Holy moly.
So like
All that content made 25,000. That is separate from the streams revenue, by the way. 30 bands from one stream. 30 bands from one stream, 5/6 of which.
And
So I
then-
knew I was going to do all three of these concepts going in. Okay, and that was my game plan. They are recorded than when they are streamed.
No, I think it's a different.
For all of your channels. We don't even have YouTube channels, or we haven't uploaded in 4 months. That is not acceptable. Here's the deal, guys. You are not just competing.
Okay, context is a lot of the people at Streamer University already have like 100 to 300 viewers ish, right? But those are specifically from networking and like posting clips on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. And I think that is like a perfectly acceptable point to get to. But imagine how much bigger they would be if they were social, like adept at making like social media content, like long-term YouTube videos, like actually managing their platforms. Like they would probably be popping off like 1,000 viewers. And like the one thing I don't do that I don't really ever intend on doing either is probably like networking. That is just something that I've never done and I don't enjoy doing, and I probably never will do unless I have to, or like I have somebody else do it for me. Like a lot of these people make or sort of get their break by collabing with larger creators or like stuff like that. I don't really see myself doing that. Sorry if that's something you want to see me do, but
Against other small streamers, you are competing against every streamer. You need to be better than the biggest streamers to be getting the attention of viewers. All right?
True.
I have good news for you. Most streamers are absolute dog shit. Most streamers are absolute dog shit. Like you had 6 hours available. It would be genuinely like events or whatever. I'm going out.
okay, this is what I thought was interesting because I don't think a lot of people realize this, but having a schedule is I didn't realize this either, which I would probably have to admit. But a lot of these like higher end content creators have a very like tight schedule, I think, where they pretty much always stream at like the same time every day, and then they wake up and go to sleep at the same time like almost every day too. And like obviously there are exceptions to that, especially when you're a bigger creator, because you can sort of just do whatever you want. But I think this is something that I'm really, really bad at. Now, I honestly don't know what times I should ever be streaming at. Like honestly, I don't mind the 9-10 p.m. time I'm used to streaming at, but like I don't know. I should probably work on this a little more. This is like one big thing I took away, even if it seems super obvious. And like he wakes up at 9:30 a.m. like a real job, goes meetings, podcasts, and like he mentioned his stream one time that's probably not in this video, where he meets with his like editors every Wednesday at like 12:30 p.m. And you would be surprised at how many people just never do that, or just like speak to their team or like their content team through solely like DMs and stuff. This I think it takes a lot of discipline to be like this, especially when you make so much money. But
fucking big chillin'. I think I'm streaming probably 6 days a week. Guys, that's time. Y'all good? Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
So
their office hours, I don't really care about office hours.
Do streamers make too much money? No?
Those roster classes. So okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was listening to the office hours. There's like a lot of interesting stuff in the office hours, but he looks at like specific channels and like accounts and stuff. And also a lot of the office hours are just him like the students coming up to yap to him and like asking for collabs. So, and something that pissed me off that's like a very non-issue is that a lot of the people here like speak in circles. I was like, bro, just get to the fucking point, man. Okay, I think his second class was more interesting than the first one, and that says a lot because I thought the first class was super interesting.
I heard that. Do you think that makes
But-
sense?
I think it do.
Yes.
I think it do.
Okay.
I feel like I just cashed like 200K last night. Bro.
Right, this is like most of you will fail. 92% of the people who go live on Twitch never go live again. Yeah, 20 viewer average is top 1% on Twitch. What else?
All right, but that's all it will ever be. Maybe you made extra money this weekend. Congratulations, you got a few thousand in the bank. Ron probably is getting $250,000. That's nice. Talk about streamers. We talk about.
Okay, why do you want to be a streamer? I think this. Okay, he asked this question, and I think it's a really important question because I think this is something a lot of people don't realize. And okay, this is going to be a specific call out. I think the VTuber community sees a very big problem with coming to terms with this question. Okay, you can't fucking see it, but why do you want to be a streamer? Well, I can't get the frame. Okay, whatever, close enough. Why do you want to be a streamer? Okay, for me personally, I think I want to be a streamer in terms of the sense that, okay, let's be realistic. If I pop off and I do good for myself, I can make good money, right? I can make good money. It's probably a pretty easy way to make money too, comparative to like whatever else, a lot of the other things you could do in the world to make the same amount of money. That's like, okay, let's be realistic. That's part of the reason, okay? 2, it's a lot easier to do. I think, like, okay, people are gonna say fucking streaming is hard, content creation is hard. Bro, fucking try working retail 9 to 5. That shit is ass. Like, I've done that before without getting fucking paid as like a volunteer. Bro, I wanted to blow my brains out at the end of it. Streaming is comparatively like 100 times easier. And it's probably better than working a 9 to 5. Obviously, there are benefits to working a 9 to 5 versus like being on the content grind. Because if you're serious about making content and like as like a content creator, and like you're constantly trying to improve yourself, it will eventually sort of consume you. And I say that because in a sense, like a lot of successful content creators who are really in love with what they do struggle to hold like relationships too, because like, and they'll say things like, oh, I only want to date another content creator or something like that who understands what I do for a job, right? Like, or date another streamer because they understand what I do for a job, right? Because a lot of normal people don't understand like the amount of grind it takes for someone who's actually invested into what they do to stay successful and like to stay enjoying what they do, right? And like, okay, even if you look at it from a money standpoint, like, okay, say this YouTuber makes like 400K a year, right? Which is really good. But their partner isn't happy with like how invested they are in their work and stuff. And like, okay, what if you just made a few less videos every year, spent more time with me, and that would result in making only like 300K a year? I say only, right? But 300K is still a lot. But for someone who's like used to that level of standard for themselves and who puts that much effort into the work and also creates content for other people who enjoy his work, that is something that is like hard to what's the word I'm blanking on, like negotiate on, or be like I'm fine with losing. Like sometimes it's not even about the money, but like people who make a shit ton of money always will want to make more, because when you get to that point, there are so many, like a whole level of things you can spend money on becomes accessible to you, right? Like, okay, if your yearly salary is 100K, like you're working up to like buy a house, maybe you're buying a car for yourself, paying the bills, putting stuff in savings. When you're making like upper class levels of money, like 500K to a mil, the level at which you spend becomes different. Like you start looking into, you're buying multiple properties, you're looking to like invest heavily into the market so you can like have a passive income. Like you're working on maybe like, providing for your parents now at like a high level, like maybe pay off their mortgage. Like when you make more money, just because you have a shit ton of money does not mean that like you're spending the same amount of money as someone who is making like 5, 10 times less than you. Yeah, when you have more money, you have so many more opportunities, and you want to pursue those opportunities because so many more options become available to you. Which is why, like, okay, I to be totally clear, so many people are out of touch. Like, especially, I saw a clip a few days ago, like of an NBA player talking about like, hey, I'm only gonna make like 7 mil this year, and then after taxes that's like 3.5 mil, and then I have to take care of my people, I have to like buy a house, and that's like when you talk like that, you are so out of touch because when you say that you only make 7 million, like some like and people struggle to survive, and like you're advocating for the fact that you should be paid more, and like people should give you more grace because you're losing a lot of money to like taxes and stuff while you're still making like 3 to 4 mil a year, that is out of touch. But when someone says that like they want to maintain their standard of working because they want to keep and to pursue like new opportunities that become available to them, I think that's reasonable. And I think a lot of the stuff people don't realize is like when you set a standard for yourself, like, okay, say I make 500K a year, I make as a YouTuber, I make 500K a year, I produce like 100 videos a year, right? You don't want to cut below that because then you lose the ability to push yourself and like grow even further. The moment you take a step back is like the moment when you essentially kneecap yourself and like put a ceiling on what you're capable of. It's like you're basically asking someone to stop pursuing their passion and to settle with what they have. And some people are okay with that. And I think that's what happens when like a lot of like content creators sort of quote unquote retire. Like that's what Dan TDM did. That's what like PewDiePie did, where he got like married and then like settled down in Japan. And he still makes videos and stuff. And like he's like off pursuing other things because they're at a point in their life where they're happy. They don't want to expand more on content creation, and they want to pursue other avenues of life, and they also have like different streams of revenue where they don't have to worry about that stuff anymore, right? But as a brand, PewDiePie is no longer growing, right? Like sure, maybe his sub count might grow or whatever, but like as the PewDiePie brand, he is not doing anything more. He's creating like different I remember he created like a GitHub for something where he's like creating different technologies now. He's creating like different programs. Like he's providing for his family, like spending more time with his family. Like he has other priorities in life now than expanding his brand as PewDiePie, right? He's now just Felix, as opposed to like the guy who's making 500K a year, who is being asked by his significant other to you know scale back a little bit so they can spend more time together. I don't know. That guy probably is still ambitious and wants to grow even further, right? It's like, why do you want to be okay? I think the money is definitely part of it. The ease of the actual job is part of it for me. Like, sure, but I realistically think that in terms of content creation, it is like an avenue to express my creativity. Like ever since I was young, I enjoyed writing. I enjoyed like writing books, like art, music, like stuff like that, like creative avenues. And that is always something I pursued, but something I gave up when I was younger in order to pursue STEM because I thought it would be better for my life overall. I'm like realizing now that's I don't really regret that as much because I think there's value in investing into like STEM and like learning about it and being informed and educated. But I think realistically, if I'd never had to worry about like getting a job or like a higher level education, I probably would have pursued like a creative field my whole life probably. And like to me, I don't think it really matters where I am able to express the creative outlet. Like maybe I end up becoming like a musical artist. Maybe I become just like a normal artist who does digital art. Maybe I end up becoming a filmmaker. Maybe I become a game dev. Like all those things seem really appealing to me. Content creation is just right now the most easily accessible for me and something that I know and can do like immediately, which is why I'm doing it. But honestly, if I ever like blew up and became like a super big creator with like lots of sponsors and revenue, I think my end goal would probably to like be involved in making like a movie or something like that. I think like a film, short film, anime even, I don't know. That's probably as of now like a game even. That is like probably my end game if I had to set like a very very big goal for myself. And like maybe that will happen, but not through content creation, and that's like totally fine for me too. Like sort of like the route, like the way I envision it is like it would be nice if like I went the Markiplier route in the sense that like he works on Iron Lung, right? That shit was low key banging. Like I think that'd be cool as hell, and like be able to direct my own movie and shit. You know, don't make no slop game, dude. If I ever make a game, that shit better not be slop. If it's slop, I'm ending it all. But yeah, I don't think my main motivation is like it's like what I just said is like my 1A like for sure, and then those are like is like my number one, and then like money, like being able to interact with other people in this space and like make friends with other people who enjoy the same things I do is like that's 2A, 2B, like ease of the actual job, that's like 2C, right? Like those are all secondary things to me that are still important as to why I enjoy streaming and like making YouTube videos and stuff like that. But that is that is all secondary to me. This just being like a creative, dude. Okay, let's be honest. If I also wasn't telling the truth, I would not still be streaming, brother. I've been streaming with like what consistent single digit viewers for like the past 2-3 years, like sometimes peaking double digits, bro. If I didn't enjoy doing this for like creative reasons, I would not be here. Let's be so honest.
Talk about streamers, we talk about the big guys, talk about the Kais, we talk about the speeds. That's awesome. That is a very small number of all streamers. That is realistically not going to be you. I have 3 examples for us today. I have a top 100 streamer in the world. I have a top 1,000.
Okay, this was crazy.
And I have a top.
I think this was like a big clip for a lot of people too.
With Mr. Number 95, guys, we were starting off. Excuse me, with myself.
Okay, Ludwig is the number 5, 95th ranked streamer on Twitch, right? Averages like 11,000 viewers, a little more than that technically because he multi-streams on YouTube and Twitch. But let's just say for all intents and purposes, he averages 11,000. He streams like around 90 to 100 hours a month, sometimes more depending on if he's running events or whatever. Sometimes he's not even streaming on his own channel. It depends. Averages like 9,000 to 10,000 subs a month, which is give or take, like at the revenue split, he makes probably like $30,000 a month, and then there's ad revenue and stuff like that. He's probably making like 50, somewhere between like 50 to 80K a month, if I had to guess. I don't know how donations work for him, but he probably makes like 50 to 80K a month off Twitch, which averages to like, let's round up and say like $1 million a year on Twitch. I mean, you can sort of check if there's like a website that you could go to that leaked Twitch earnings from a long time ago. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but yeah, you can probably check on there. Category athlete. Well, I'm gonna be sponsored by Red Bull, I guess.
I'm going to show you how much money I make. I'm the 95th biggest streamer on Twitch. I also stream on YouTube. It doesn't include that, but I'm like maybe top 100, somewhere in there, right? These are my metrics. If they line up with yours, okay? Then you're...
Actually, let me look it up. Twitch earnings a week. I want to show it on stream because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but there's a website. Hold on, give me a second. Let me try to find it. How much did Ludwig make? Ludwig, oh my god. Okay, actually, it's a little. I was pretty close, I would say. From August 2019 to October 2021, Ludwig made almost $3.3 million. So if you split that in half, like per year, let's say, he made about 1.5 mil, a little less. He made about $1.5 million a year. So I mean that's pretty much. I actually undershot it a little bit. He probably makes more. He probably makes more than like 80K. He makes 100K a month approximately. Actually, a little more, but yeah.
Your revenue will probably be similar to mine. I don't stream nearly as much as
I mean, he probably makes more now too. He's bigger than he was before.
For me specifically,
He probably makes closer
okay,
to
we're gonna
200K
go
a
through some
month
expenses that I have.
off Twitch.
Here's my expenses. This is just the month of June. Everything here is for the month of June. Payroll, $225,000.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure how payroll works, but 225K seems like a lot. Well, actually, he said this includes 15 people, which is about $15,000 a month-ish. I mean, it probably varies.
That is for the 15 employees.
Yeah, 15
that I have.
full-time
Next,
employees.
Travel.
So approximately, I mean, some people probably get paid more than others. I don't know how much like revenue splitting goes into this. Like some people get paid a percentage of what they make. I know some of his longtime editors make 6 figures a year, so I mean there's that.
$55,000. That's a higher number than normal. I ran an event. I had to fly a bunch of streamers out. That's
This
that
is
travel
exclusively
expense.
for
Next
June.
up, events. That is the production of the event. Nice. Next, marketing. Again, similar for the event. It's another $10,000. Final total.
Okay, so he says this is expenses for June. I would guess that his expenses for June are a little less than this on average because marketing and events and travel are generally significantly lower most months. I think during the summer months they're a bit higher for him because he tends to run more events then, from what I remember. But like I mean his payroll takes up most of it, so if anything I would like round this up or round this down to like 300K a minimum, which is still a lot.
For the month of June, it's just the expenses, what I spent. $359,000.
This being payroll is like kind of
This was
insane.
just for the month of June, yes.
But I mean you have to consider how much money his payroll, him spending money on payroll, like how much investment,
Question.
return on investment that gets him.
That is way more than most 9-to-5ers make in a year, yeah. All right, now's the fun part, guys. Now's the fun part. How much do you get to make? How much do you get to make, y'all? All right, this was the event that I did, by the way. That's why some of the costs were higher. The payroll's normal. I did an event called MCSR Ranked World Championships. It's a Minecraft speedrunning event. Anyway, let's talk about how much I made. How did I pay for all of that? Well, good news for me. Merch sales.
This is probably
I got
consistent.
$7,800. Wow. Not bad. YouTube. That's just the YouTube revenue. This includes YouTube live streams, shorts, and videos. 270,000. Twitch gonna be smaller for me, guys. I do not make as much on Twitch. 57.
See, I think people expect Twitch to be a lot higher than this. I don't know if it's like slowed down for him because if he only makes like 60K on Twitch a month. Well, actually, 2019 to 21 was probably when he did his like subathons, right? Actually, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, yeah, this is about right then.
I only run about 6 minutes of ads an hour. I have 9,500 subs. That's about what you make.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
The biggest bulk of my
Yeah, he lowered his
money
ads
to
too,
pivot in
yeah.
my life. I decided I wanted to stop being viewer funded. All right, I did a subathon, had the most subs any streamer did. I had like an average of 20, 30,000 subscribers. I ran a higher density of ads. And then I said, you know what? I don't feel good as a multimillionaire getting these people to pay me money. I didn't like getting 100 gifts. It made me feel weird. I'm gonna start pivoting to get most of my bread from sponsors. That's the biggest cut of this. Okay, I'm a Red Bull athlete. I have an AT&T sponsorship, and I also have an Alienware partnership. These are long-term partnerships. All right, and I do one-off deals as well, as you guys do. This number's 800,000. Okay? So the total you can break to 1.1 million.
Okay, so he made 1.1 million in the month of June. I think this is a little deceptive because he did a bunch of ads like stuff specifically, like, and especially because esports World Cup thing where he did an event with Tyler One that I heard about, and the Esports World Cup, like EWC stuff, pays a lot of money if you're sponsored for it. So I'm assuming a good chunk of that came from the EWC thing. But yeah, I mean, if anything, like maybe this would be like closer to below a mil, but that's, I mean, obviously still a lot.
Okay?
Makes like 5 mil a year.
This is the flashy number. This is the top 100.
So, okay, let's say he makes like a mil a month and then pays like 300K, right? The three to 400K. So you're making like, let's say 650. Let's say 650 a month, and then multiply that by 12, and you get 7.8 million. You're probably losing like half that to taxes. He lives in California. Probably losing half of that to taxes. So he's probably making like 3 to 4 mil a year.
Why am I showing you this? It is not just a flex.
But then this is a little different. He makes 3 to 4 mil off of just his streaming career. He also runs various companies, like he has a game like dev company. He probably has like other things he's invested in that I can't remember off the top of my head. So he obviously puts money into that, where he's like also paying people at these companies, like payroll wise. I mean, those companies also bring in money. So he makes 4 mil a year from just streaming, but it's hard to say exactly like what his actual like true income is like without knowing like the other information.
Although I am flexing.
To be fair,
it is because this is what you get to see. This is what people love to show you. They love to show you the top 100. But you guys aren't top 100. Not all of you, at least. Some of you in this room are. Maybe you want to be. Maybe you'll get there. What does Miss Top 1000 look like? I'm keeping this person anonymous.
Top 1,000 streamer is like a gamer, averages 1,200 viewers, streams 130 hours a month, and has about 1,600 subs. Okay, for reference, I think okay, yeah, I think this is about right. I think generally at like rates I've seen this converted, the sub count is a little bit higher or lower depending how like engaged they are with their community and like what kind of content they do.
These stats are real though. This person is a gamer.
Revenue wise,
They average 1,200 viewers. All right. They stream. If you're
skip forward to the
$0.
okay, so they take
Ask
no
why.
sponsors.
They think their agency's ass. They haven't had a deal. Okay, it's a much different number. YouTube, 150. Only 150. They're not posting really long form videos. They're mostly doing
Don't
shorts.
post on YouTube.
There's not a lot of revenue coming from the YouTube. They're more of a streamer than a creator with multiple verticals. All right, Twitch, 10,000.
10,000 on Twitch is still really good.
That's comparable to what I'm making. I'm making 10,000 as well. All right. And if we go back to the hours a week, that was your question.
That probably means they run like hella ads though.
130 hours.
But
For the month, this is all the month of June. So in total, this top 1,000 streamer made $10,250. That's a good amount of money, right?
120K after taxes, like 80K, like
That's not bad.
something like that.
All right.
70, 80K.
Well, let's go one further. Let's go to top 10,000, Mr. 10,000. This streamer is a variety streamer. It's a real person. It's real stats. They average 150 viewers. Maybe some of you in this room average a similar amount. They streamed 180 hours, the most of me or top 1,000. That's their sub count. That's how many years they've been doing it. All right, let's check the revenue for June. Sponsorship, 700. They actually made some effort to get a deal. That makes sense. They've been doing it 6 years. They have better relationships to get sponsors. YouTube, $0. They have no YouTube presence at all.
That's not good, man.
Twitch, $3,000. Grand total, 3,700.
Okay. I actually saw. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 90% sure it's real. But I actually saw the streamer whose stats this were make a post on Twitter saying that this is just how they like to do things, and like the sponsor they took was actually from like a popcorn company or something that they were close to and working with, and Twitch gives them like 3,000 for reference. I think the sub ratio is higher in this case. I think generally you get like 1.5. I think like an average estimate for most people is like 1.5 your average viewership in terms of what your sub count is. This seems normal. Like I think in general sponsors for most people should be hired on Twitch if they know what they're doing, and that seems like that's not really something I can talk about personally, but from what I've seen, like whether or not like you are successful as a streamer, like economically, I think mainly depends on how well you are at obviously working on your various social media platforms, like not just streaming on Twitch or YouTube specifically, but like how you market on other platforms, slash like post content on other platforms, and then B, how you manage like sponsorships. I think people who are like successful generally at this level are like more involved in what they do, and like to edit their own videos, like be with editors, manage their team really well. So
All right? Now, I need you to put this into perspective. That is a top 10,000 streamer in the world. Right. That is not a small streamer. That is a big streamer. How many streamers are there in the world? Anyone have a guess? 100,000. Someone give me a guess. 100,000. Million. Just in the month of June, how many people went live?
5 million.
Just on Twitch. 5 million?
5 million.
It's not a bad guess, Jason. You're wrong. Oh my God. 6.2
yeah, being in the top
million
1% doesn't mean a lot
In
if
that
you
night,
don't
there
know
is 6
what you're doing, I guess.
fans. If at any point I'm talking about someone or something you're dealing with, I struggle to.
And then I mean these are all like
See 30 minutes
questions.
of your face in a month, total. All right. A YouTube.
Oh, okay. This one I thought was funny because the question is, there's got to be top 100k. What are my Twitch stats? Let's find out. What rank am I on the viewership ladder? I am. I don't even have a ranking. I hate to inform you. I don't even have a ranking. I'm pretty sure there was one before though. Well, I don't exist. If I had to guess though, I'm probably like top. Like 600k if I'm being generous. Let me try to find a stat. Okay, in terms of average viewer rank, I'm about like the top 1.1 million. In terms of follower rank, I am top 750,000 ish apparently. And in terms of peak viewer rank, I am about 625,000. Which is about what I expected, I think. Which is about what I expected. Yeah. And what? 6 point how many people go live? 6.2 something go live every year or day or month, I don't remember, but
Viewer, how much are they seeing your face in a month? It's gonna be more.
every month? Yeah, okay. So 6.2 people go live. 6.2 million people go live every month. And I approximately, if I stream consistently, I would say I'd probably fall in around the top 1 million, which is still like 18%, close to that. 18, 17, 18%, which is nothing crazy, but still, you know.
But there's edited videos. How many videos you're uploading?
Now, it is interesting to me that it makes sense because your average Twitch follower is worth more than a TikTok follower or a YouTube follower generally, because of how you can form more like form better relationships with them, more personal relationships with them, in the sense that TikTok followers and YouTube followers don't have that like live connection with you because you are just posting content offline, right? And they come across it, watch it at their own leisure, and they kind of just fuck off, right? And then Twitch followers, they're there when you're live, you're talking to them live, and like the example he gives later, which I'm not gonna like watch through because it takes a while, but is that, hey, if you're trying to sell merch, your Twitch follower, Twitch viewer is a lot more likely to buy merch if you sell it, or like if you do an ad, than your YouTube or TikTok follower, right? Like, for example, like say you see a poster ad for a product, right? You are a lot more likely to ignore that product than if someone came up to you and sold it to you directly, right? Try to sell it to you directly, like, hey, I have this new soda I'm trying to sell, right? Now, if you saw it on like a billboard somewhere, you'd probably see it and be like, oh, okay, new soda. If someone came up to you and tried to sell it to you directly, like, hey, I tried it myself. It's really good. It's sort of like, I don't know, like Coca-Cola or like Pepsi. I think you'd really like it. You should try it. Like maybe you'd buy one, right? Try it out. Someone's taking the time and effort to sell it to you directly in person. If you made hats, I would buy. I am a long ways off making merch ever, man. Well, I'll keep your preference in
Average
mind, though.
Twitch viewership, they might spend 30 minutes on one Twitch stream. And you can
Yeah,
easily
that's basically
run
all
by.
he says.
What happens to you guys is you're really good at farming clips. I think at this
This is like the exact opposite problem I have, by the way, in the sense that I feel like I don't know how to be the clip sometimes. Like, I don't know how to react sometimes. I don't think my reactions are super crazy or like super clip worthy. So honestly, maybe there's something I have to work more on, but
point, a lot of you really understand intrinsically when a moment happens that, oh, that was the clip. I'm going to tell all right, this year. All right, be farming it. This is an example of one of my streams. This is one of my best streams. Why is it one of my best streams? Because you make two. You had fun. No.
yeah, this is like
No, I did not have an event. The title is Games with Friends. CoffeeZilla video later.
It's the content funnel. You're very mellow unless you're playing a horror game. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Some of y'all need to do more. I've looked at your stream hours.
So like I don't really produce really clippable moments, I think, unless I'm specifically reacting like to something that I'm excited about.
But if you want to be
Or
a
something
streamer,
I get like
I
surprised
think at least
about.
100 is right. I think anything
Which is why I'd prefer to make more like structured content where I'm doing something that's interesting rather than like
150 is a waste of your time. You're just
something
being
that
less efficient.
happens.
Okay, why? Because
If
you're
that
not
makes
getting
sense.
the value.
There's like a
of these
difference between the
streams,
two.
right? Your 6 hours don't look like this. Your 6 hours, what can you show for? 4 Instagram. All right, I just want to hear your best idea. Jason, what you got? Best idea.
$100,000 idea. I want to do a boxing.
Okay, he does like the idea thing. I didn't particularly care for the segment because like
Your viewers will change. So maybe if you have 1,000 viewers this year, if you have 1,000 viewers next year, 50% of those people will be different. That's the turnover. 50% of those people will be different. It's not the same people coming in. You don't have the static pool. People got lives. People get older. People stop watching streams when they get 30.
this is
They
true.
got a family and shit.
This is true.
All right?
One day you guys are gonna
So
leave.
sometimes these lost leaders can also bring in those new viewers.
I ain't ever
They
leaving.
can help recycle the people who are eventually going to leave.
No, one day you will.
I got one more for y'all. This
One day you're gonna have a family,
is $1 million.
kids, and you're gonna have to. You have to be watching my
This
stream
is streamer
forever.
games. All right? And there's a follow-up to your question.
Unless you quit, I don't really
Okay,
see
is
myself
it worth
quitting
it?
like
Streamer
forever.
Games, year
Like
one. Guess what it did? It lost money. Streamer Games, year 2. Last week, month of school, whatever. Because you're excited to get to
this part is
Christmas,
just make holidays
okay?
for yourself. Sure,
Someone here is going to rise above the rest.
be different.
Would be small in 3 Instagram clips. Who cares? Let's get 3 Instagram clips and a YouTube video. We can do both.
Here are that young man with the braids.
Time. Guys, speaking of time, we are.
Okay, that was just the end of day 2. Okay, low key. I have a. I didn't think I'd spend like an hour watching just the first 2 days, but yeah, low key, I wasn't gonna stream for that long today, so I definitely do think I want to react to days 3 and 4, but I don't think I could do that today because I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I have to wake up pretty early for it, so probably can't finish this today, but I will try to finish it sometime this week. That was fun though. I enjoyed yapping about stuff like that. Hopefully I had something at least a little bit insightful to add. I don't really know. I'll probably stream like at least another time this week. Probably Wednesday or Thursday. I'm really grinding this until then video. I've been working on like crazy and like refining the past few days, so I don't know. Not really sure what my schedule's like. I realize I have to stop making promises of like when I'm gonna stream because right now it's sort of just whenever I feel like it. So the most I can give you is I will try to stream again soon. But hopefully there's more interesting things to be coming soon. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for chilling. I appreciate it. I don't know. I'll try to stream again like the next few days, but don't hold your breath, I guess. And I appreciate everyone chilling. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next stream, whenever that is, I guess. Yeah, thanks for chilling. I appreciate it.